Hello everybody, welcome back to Sister to Sister. Today's episode is going to be about the power of failure. I get a lot of emails from my younger sisters, and when I say my younger sisters, the ages between 18 to like 28, 29, and a lot of them feel so lost, so helpless, that it's come to a point where I thought, you know what, let me do this particular episode, because failure is not a detriment that should impact your life. It is just you being redirected into your designated destination. And when I say that, I want you to understand that failure, heartbreak, betrayal, all of those very hardcore challenges that you get in life are all in place for you to redirect you to your unspoken destination. Failure is a good thing. We have to have it because it's a lesson. It's a lesson for you to know that perhaps it's two things. This is not for you, or this is not for you now. It's like you driving down a road and you come to crossroads and you have left, you have right. For whatever reason, you take right instead of left. When you go down that road, perhaps a tree blocks your way. And you're upset, you're mad, you're late, you're supposed to go for this wedding, you're supposed to this or whatever. And for whatever reason, because that tree has fallen and blocked your route, it means that you have been cut off from a greater loss, from a greater impact that was not necessarily meant for you. And that goes for failing exams, that goes for failed marriages, that goes for failed relationships. It is letting you know that this right now is not for you. And perhaps you are blinded by that. And this is something that I have discovered for myself. You can be so blind to something that it is until you are shook up with something greater that brings you up and awake. And you realize, then at that time when this situation was happening to you, it was for a reason. I don't want it to impact your self-esteem. I don't want it to impact you where you think you're a failure. Failing does not mean that you're a failure. There is nothing like failure. There is nothing like that. It doesn't exist. We put those upon ourselves because we're in comparison to what another person is doing. And I want you to understand, we are not born the same year. We do not look alike. We are not the same height. We are not the same color for a reason. All of us are different for a reason. We have leaders, we have soldiers, and we have those that follow and have got your back. We all have a place in this crazy orbit that we call life. And our race is with us. It's not with the next person. Just because this person has passed the exams, or this person got married at this time, or this person has been successful at this stage, it is of no bearing or reflection on yours. We are going at our own pace. And I want you to understand without a doubt that you are destined for greatness. That is why perhaps it's a little later. It's like making a meal. You know, when you go into a supermarket, everybody has their basket and everybody picks up what they need. When you get to tally it out at the cashier, everybody has a different ingredient. That's also life. That is also life. I don't want you to be discouraged. I don't want you to think, oh my God, I have lost hope. I cannot do this. I cannot do that. We are always learning in this world called life. And sometimes some of us need more lessons than the other. It happens to me. You are going to be thrown off your route on a Tuesday afternoon, blindsided with a challenge or an obstacle or a situation that you didn't see coming. Swear to God, you didn't see this coming. You didn't see it coming. And it is those lessons, it is those failures that will embody you to prepare and handle those unforeseen challenges, those unforeseen situations, so to speak. We are not failures. I hate it so very much, and it breaks my heart when I have these young girls who feel that they have been, they are so fragile. You know, in my 20s, I was very fragile too. And I look back then and I wish to God I had known what I know now. But that's impossible. It's impossible because what I know now simply came from experience. It came from betrayal. I failed at this at that point. In many ways, we are conditioned. It's either you pass or that you fail. And that is not healthy, I just feel. I just feel that it wasn't your time. It wasn't your time for this. And perhaps you have to go back and look at everything that you have in preparation for you to go forward. And when you do that, sometimes you realize that it is not in this direction you want to go. I want to also let you know, when something does not work out for you, for whatever reason, don't run in every direction. Stay still. Stay still. Perhaps even sit down, lie down at that spot. Go back to the crossroads if you must, and just sit there. Just sit there and refocus. Reevaluate what has happened. You will not necessarily come up with all of those answers why it did not work out. But what you do want to do is say to yourself, what do I do next? Don't hide. Don't run. You're making a mess of everything. And what you're doing is that you're running away from what you should stay focused with. It is the same thing with careers. You're at a dead-end job. You hate your life. You're giving off negative energy. You need to pay the bills. Every month you've got those responsibilities. And they are coming like clockwork every 28, 30 days. And so you are mad because you feel that you're stuck. You think that you have failed. You've come to this stage in your life where you cannot do anything else. Who said so? You're only listening to the noise around you. How many times have you come through a very challenging situation and it's not the success that you made it through? It is the journey that you thought that you could not go through and you did. And you find yourself saying, wow, Fumi, I am so proud of myself. I didn't think I could do it. But you did. It comes to a stage where your need to succeed, your need for change has to be greater than your fear. Your fear of what? Of failing. I redirect this also to my sisters that are in their 40s like me, that are older than me a little bit, that they're in their 50s, that they're in their 60s. I was watching a television program the other day and there was an older lady and she must have been in her 90s and she still looked good. She was so perky and she was so alive, but she was sick. And her daughter had come and brought some pictures for her. And she was reflecting on what she, I think at a stage in her life, and she was in her 60s, maybe 66, 67. And she looked at these pictures and she made a comment. I can't tell you exactly what she said, but it struck a chord in me because I realized that there was regret for her. That those things at that stage, even in her 60s, she could have rearranged. She could have still changed her destination because she had another 30-year plus to live on this earth. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's never too late. It's never too late. If you are redirected for whatever reason, and you feel, I have failed, it is the end of the road. I am at Loserville Avenue, and now you're getting mortgage and you're building a house at Loserville Avenue. That is the worst thing you could do. Get out of there. No matter what, whatever you lose is not a complete loss. That is what I want you to understand. I'm too old now. I'm set in my ways. I don't know what I will do. I have to pay these bills. Let me tell you something. When you do not have any foundation, any security, you will wake up every morning. You will wake up every morning and you will find yourself another job. You know, the higher power, for those that don't believe in God, you understand me, I say higher power, he has a sense of humor. But it really is to ignite that fire in you. And when you find the courage to get up yet again, he will open the path. He will open the path for you that you could have only have discovered because you had the courage to go through with it in the first place, regardless of the circumstances. Against all odds, you didn't have a place to sleep, you didn't have a car, you didn't have rent for next month, but you did it anyway because you knew that you just could not be in this place next year. That is where you get the character, you get the courage, you get the understanding to say, you know what, irrespective of the fact that I didn't make it this time, I will make it next time. Maybe I have to mix it up a different way. Maybe I have to look at it from a different route. It humbles you because at the end of the day, and I've said it many times before, all of us have something, but none of us have everything. I think it is for that humility effect. I think it is for us to have that, understanding that we just have to keep on trying. We have to keep on encouraging each other, but you have to encourage yourself first. It comes from self-love. It's from you not beating yourself up and think that you're useless, that you're worthless. I have some girls where they said their mother said they were rubbish. They couldn't amount to this. They couldn't amount to that. You had boyfriends who said you will never get another man better than me. You had your teachers who said, oh, you know what? You're the worst in class. You will never make it. Ha, ha, ha. Who are you? Who are they? They don't know. They don't even know their destination. Nobody knows. But what I want you to understand is that if you don't get up and try over and above that little obstacle that you have, you will never know. And the failure is the not trying. The failure is the not trying. You have to get up. And I've come through my personal experience. I learn every day. I'm a work in progress. I don't know everything. Do I wish that I could go back and rectify certain situations? Not necessarily. Not anymore. Not anymore. Because everything that I have done has led me to this stage. Has led me to this stage. And it will be the same for you. You just have to understand that no matter what is thrown at you, no matter what is, expected of you, it will come from only you. I tell you, the worst times in my life, the absolute worst, the absolute heart-wrenching moments was the time when I brought out those, what do you call those guns, Zola? The AK-47s. That was when I gnashed my teeth into my destination and I did not let go because I knew the storm was coming. I just understood that very earlier on, that Fumi, you know what? It's coming and you will just have to stay in it. You will get through it over time. But right now is the last time for you to think that you have to give up or that you have to quit or that you have to run away. This is when you stay steadfast. This is when you don't let go. This is when you don't give up. This is the time that you go through it. And when you go through it and you come out the other end, woo, your weave might have been off your head. That's why I wear that's where I wear a bun. The lashes might have been blown off. You might look a little bit worse for wear, but you came through it. My older sisters, so many a time I get emails and you feel as if it's a loss. Not everything you lose is a loss. Destiny has a way of cutting that blood supply right there and then because we are too blind to see it. And so when we go in and we are determined, this is what we want, it's what you think that you want, but it's not what you need. And there's such a clear cut difference. You ask anybody that has had great success, they will tell you it started off with an idea, with a dream, with a passion, and they were successful and content with the fact that they were going their own path. They did not know that this path was going to lead to this magnanimous success. How many times have we watched awards in any capacity, and the person that has been accoladed with this trophy or award has come up onto the pedestal and they've wept. They've wept because they have exhausted the path that they were on. The journey was so tumultuous, and for some reason they never gave up. And for them to be awarded this just opens a waterfall of emotion, because they themselves are overwhelmed with their journey. And I think that is what is humane, and I think that is what gives everybody hope. And I think that was why I thought, you know what, let me do this episode today, because the failure has to show strength, it has to show character, it has to show tenacity. But those are the ingredients that you have to pick for yourself. Those are what you have to understand, that anytime anybody tells you you're not good enough, you failed, you will never make it, you close your eyes like I do and remember that Fumi said, your legacy will be great, and that is why it's going to be a little late. Because the preparation is a work in progress. And because you didn't get it now, does not mean that you will not get it later. Because you didn't get it now does not mean that you will not go down a different path where you will look back and you will fully understand that that was not for you. Don't quit. Don't run away. Don't look for anybody to save you, to help you. Only you can know what you want for you. Only you. But you have to be brave enough to pick yourself up. And you're going to do that throughout your life. Throughout your life, there are so many things that are going to happen to you that you're not going to understand. And you're going to say, why me? I don't want it to be me. I am not prepared. I cannot do it. Oh my God, help me, save me. You're going to look for people to blame. You're going to look for say, well, you know what? I don't want to do this. This is life. This is life. This is the greatest lesson of all. And you will be so very proud of yourself when you take the courage to take that step and reevaluate what didn't work for now and just keep on going. Just keep on going. Just keep on going. For my younger sisters, you are blessed with time in front of you to repeat it many a time. And it's a lesson, and that's in preparation for what lies ahead of you. For my older sisters, you are going to live longer lives. You don't know. You don't know how it's going to end. Don't shortchange yourself and think that it's over now. You're still very much in your prime. We have seen it many a time. Remove yourself from all of the outside noise, for all of the negativity. Always pat yourself on the back. Wake up every morning. Be grateful that you're still in the game. But again, be grateful to what you have around you. And be happy. And pat yourself on the back and say, good job. For whatever it may be, good job. For the fact that you didn't feel like doing something and you did it, good job. This is a journey. It's not going to be a situation where you get the grandiose balloons and the horns and clapping at the end. That goes in every step and stage of your journey, of your trials and tribulations. This is what it is. And every loss, everything that you expect for yourself and you thought you would get and you didn't, it is not a loss. It is a gain. You are traveling lighter than expected. Continue sending in all of your questions and all of your queries and inner thoughts. This is what I'm here for, from sister to sister. Until the next time, stay loved and come to my masterclass. We're going to have sister to sister live for the very first time. I love you so very much. Bye-bye. Well, let's say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.